Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's Silly Frenchies Doing Silly Things. We have a good show for you today. Again, this is episode 30, and I am really excited about that. So I want to welcome everyone in the chat. We have AI, we have Wolf and Snort, and hopefully a few more will join. The picture you are looking at is of my two beautiful Frenchies, and this is them. Thank you. This is them sitting at the door waiting for me. I love this picture. I left it up. Hi, Wild Child. Hi, Peyton. Hello. Welcome in. I love this picture so much. I used it last week, but I had to keep it up. I just love it. It's just the cutest thing. And then the other two pictures of when she was a little baby girl, and I just love them. So I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Wild Child, Peyton, AI, Wolf and Snort. It's gorgeous out today. It's really beautiful. The weather is perfect here. It's a little windy, but it's not blazing hot like I thought it would be. So it's really, really nice out. So we were out early this morning having a good old time. And hi, Apocalyptic Insanity. I love that name, AI. But the first picture up top is my little girl Blue, and we had just gotten her. She's about maybe a couple months old there, and just look at her little face; it's just so cute. And then the my little guy on the bottom, the second picture, he was about maybe 4 or 5 months there. So really cute. I just love those pictures. So I figured I would add a couple more since I used the same picture last week. I just love that picture of them waiting for me. It's so special, and I just love it. So, again, I hope everyone's having a great weekend. It's so nice out here in the desert, and I'm just gonna enjoy every bit of it. I do have some really good news stories to tell you guys this week. They are kind of disturbing. I didn't. These. I was gonna play them last week, but I was having a tough time with whether I should show these stories or not. But one of the stories was so popular that several news stations covered it. So I have a few clips from different news outlets that covered this story. Now it's just be prepared. And then I have another news story that just happened 7 days ago. And that is also another, like, not a good, story. But there were good outcomes from both of these stories. But I will share that with you. I'm going to share some fun facts about Frenchies that I got off the internet when I was doing some research about Frenchies. You guys know I love my Frenchies. So we'll do some of that. And then I'm going to share some Frenchie videos of my doggies. So let's get into the first news story, and I'm going to prepare you for this. It's really, it's not it turns out to be good, but let's get into it. All right.
We're getting an update today after a cruel crime.
A French bulldog found severely malnourished and abandoned last weekend in Fort Lauderdale. Local 10's Brett Neese is live with an update on that dog's recovery.
So this is one of the stations that covered it. I'm going to play a couple of different clips.
Eric and Christy, miracle. Wow, what a remarkable turnaround in just the last few days. You know, she's not out of the woods yet, but she just stepped outside and took a little walk around the grass for a few moments. The wounds still very much visible, but the change in behavior over just the last few days is undeniable. Miracle is getting her miracle. The French Bulldog mix, found nearly a week ago, malnourished, neglected, and near death, has spent the last 6 nights at the vet ER. Somehow, she has survived all of it and is on the long road to recovery. On Friday.
So the woman that is standing beside the girl in the black is the one who found the dog. She actually found this. It's a Frenchie mix. So she saw this dog near in the back of this Walgreens, and
Friday,
she brought it
to
in.
leave the ER and go home to a medical foster.
Forward, baby girl.
Cindy with iHeart Animal Rescue was there the night Miracle was found.
I haven't been able to see her walk yet, and I can't believe that she's walking.
It's not clear how long she had been on her own, but the damage done was horrible. The intense week for Miracle taking place while the search for who did this continues. She was found abandoned behind a Walgreens on Broward Boulevard, Police still without a suspect.
Big step. This is amazing. This is a miracle. My baby girl.
And just a few moments ago, we did get an update from police about the search for a suspect. Right now, they are canvassing the area around that Walgreens on Broward Boulevard, trying to find any surveillance video of this dog and who may be responsible. They are asking the public, if you recognize this dog and you may know who was behind all of this neglect and abuse, to please come forward with that information. Live in Fort Lauderdale, Brett Neese, Local 10 News.
So Fort Lauderdale. So that was the first news story of it. I'm going to play another clip.
And right now at 4:30, we have an update to a dog that was left abandoned and malnourished at a gas station over the weekend.
Local 10 Syra Anwar is live in Fort Lauderdale with how.
Can you guys imagine? Like, did you see the condition of this dog? I can't even imagine. I don't.
The
it's
community
just horrific.
is supporting Miracle and her road to recovery. Syra?
And guys, this was such a heartbreaking story. There still needs to be thousands of dollars raised for Miracle's treatment. Still no word on who committed this horrible act against this poor animal. But I did get to go inside the vet clinic here and get an update on how Miracle's doing.
Miracle right now, she's improving. All her values are getting better.
She's sleeping, hooked up to pumps, drips, and monitors.
Because we're pumping a lot of fluids.
Dr. Ennio Sanmarti giving us an update on Miracle, the sweet French bulldog.
I'm just really happy that the vet is actually caring for this dog and not putting it down. They actually are caring for this dog and trying to, help it recover. It was in such bad condition that I had thought when I first saw the story, like I said, it's a couple weeks old. When I first saw the story, I was like, oh my goodness, they're going to put her down. But there's been so many donations going in to help this dog recover. So they're actually, and even before the donations were coming in, they were treating this dog instead of putting it down. So I was really happy about this vet taking care of this dog and not putting it down right away. So that was a good thing. Okay, let's continue.
Who was found horribly malnourished over the weekend outside of Walgreens in Broward Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale. He says after treating her since Saturday, her sodium levels are finally getting back to normal.
We're giving her just water with sugar on this pump, and then just having the maintenance for her fluids.
iHeart Animal Rescue taking on the effort of finding care for the starved
Look
dog
at that.
they call Miracle.
I've seen emaciated dogs before, but this was by far one of the worst that I've seen.
She has a heavy
Some
New
promising
York
news. Dr. Sanmarti says
accent.
Miracle has been seizure-free for about 24 hours.
Whoever does this needs to either go to jail or get help.
Cindy Machaccio with iHeart Animal Rescue says she can't believe someone would do this to an animal. And while she's so relieved Miracle seems to be getting better, they need more donations so she can keep getting the treatment she needs to recover.
And she wants to eat, but she's the poor little girl is a bag of bones.
Dr. Sanmarti says a typical course of treatment for a malnourished dog takes about 7 days. Treatment that comes with a hefty price tag.
Donate so that we can keep her here longer.
Now, it costs thousands of dollars every day for Miracle's treatment. Right now, iHeart Animals Rescue says they have about enough funds to get her through treatment tomorrow. So if you are interested in donating to her treatment through the Animal Rescue, we have a link to that on our website. Go to local10.com. Also, there is a cash reward for any information that could lead to the arrest of whoever did this to Miracle, whoever left her at that Walgreens starving off of Broward Boulevard. So if you have that information, contact Fort Lauderdale Police. We are live in Fort Lauderdale. Syra Anwar, Local 10 News.
Okay, so that was another news outlet. I'm going to play another one. This story went everywhere. I saw it on every channel.
And now at 5:30, a disturbing find in Fort Lauderdale over the weekend. Police say it could be a case of animal abuse. A dog was found in very bad shape, abandoned behind a drugstore.
CBS News Miami's Joan Murray is your reporter in Fort Lauderdale. She shows us why this is a miracle in the making.
They were estimating 5 to 6. She seems older to me because of the gray on her face.
Oh, yeah. They call her Miracle, and she is lucky to be alive. Miracle was found starving and hurt in a box behind this Walgreens on Broward Boulevard Saturday.
Looks like past the point of no return, but I want to return.
After a couple turned the French Bulldog mix over to iHeart Rescue Group, they rushed her to Veg Animal Hospital.
Oh
I'm
my
sick.
God.
My stomach, I'm in knots right now.
She
My hands
her.
are shaking and just horrible.
Miracle needs to be fed slowly and her sodium levels brought down gradually. Those disturbing wounds on her legs, iHeart's Cindy Muchacho isn't quite sure how it happened.
It looks like she was on concrete or burning on tar or something where, it just kept being over and over. Maybe she was tied somewhere. It's just horrible.
Horrible and very expensive to treat. The vet bill will likely top $10,000. The Brady Hunter Foundation has donated more than $2,000, but iHeart is hoping people show their heart and contribute to Miracle's recovery.
So that vet is VEG. That's where I took my dog when she got bit by the rattlesnake. That is VEG. They're excellent. They are such a good animal hospital. I just love that hospital. They're a hefty price, but they really do care for the dogs. They're really, really, really good with caring for the dogs. They're ultimately love caring for the dogs. That's what I experienced when I took my dog when she got bit by the rattlesnake, and they're really good there.
It's so despicable that dogs in our own backyard in this beautiful city, that it's happening to them, and it's really disheartening. And I have a dog here with me, but I was thinking of even adopting.
Wolf, I think you're correct. And that's why they're asking for. So the next video I'm gonna show you guys is gonna be I'm not going to give it away.
This one,
I think you're right. 40 grand.
So we're really wishing for a miracle.
So it will be a long recovery, at least a couple of weeks to get this dog up to a healthy state. If that does happen, then the dog may
$10K a day
be put up for adoption. In Fort Lauderdale, Joan Murray, CBS News, Miami.
Okay, so now we're going to get into the good part of the story.
Welcome back. Okay, we have some promising news to report on a sad case of animal cruelty out of Fort Lauderdale. The French bulldog we told you about earlier this week, named Miracle, has made a miraculous recovery and was released from an animal hospital just
such a good
It
hospital.
wasn't looking good, but now apparently things turned around. NBC6's Marissa Bagg was there. She has a story on how Miracle is improving.
6 days of tender love and intense medical care. This French bulldog named
I
Miracle
know, wild
is living up to
child.
her name. Her blood work is back within normal, and she's gaining her strength and putting on some weight after she was found near death last weekend.
Her blood results started balancing out and becoming normal, and that's when they said to us, besides.
She looks so much better, just so much better there. So this woman adopted the dog, and now it has a great home. Hopefully, she looks like she really is gonna love the dog, but let's get back into it.
Just being weak from death's door opening on her.
She does look better.
With a lot of love and physical therapy, she's gonna be okay. She's gonna make it.
Miracle was found behind a store along Broward Boulevard last Saturday, emaciated, suffering skin sores, and severely neglected. Volunteers with iHeart Animal Rescue rushed her to Veg ER for Pets, where she suffered seizures and dangerously high sodium levels. They only gave her a 1 in 4 chance of survival, but they had hope because she wanted to eat.
Look at her body, all bruised up, laying on a hot.
Go to the chat and see what the chat says. You can read a dog's body language when they feel safe. It's easy to tell. Yes. And that's, that's so you could see. You could definitely see. You can just looking at the face now, it's still, you can still see it's like suffering. But I saw the original story, and like I said, I was gonna share it last week, but I couldn't. The original, now there's more news story. I'm telling you guys, this news story was on every single news station possible. And some of the news stations covered it differently and showed different pictures. And the original picture I saw was just horrific. And so I didn't want to show it. But then this week, they came out with a follow-up that someone actually did adopt it, and it's recovering. And so I'm like, okay, there's a good ending to this, and I want to share this. But what is happening right now with this, with stealing of your pets? And the next story I have for you too is kind of a little bit upsetting too. But yes, Wild Child, you can definitely. Dogs are almost human-like to me. That's how I look at them, and you could definitely see on the dog's face, that it does feel, like it looks like he's going to be okay. And it does look like the woman that is adopting the dog really is going to care for it. So, but I do agree with you, Wild Child. You can tell in a dog's face, it's in the eyes, definitely.
Floor, just, I couldn't unimaginable pain and suffering this dog went through.
Fort Lauderdale police are actively investigating who's responsible
I
for
hope
this
they
abuse.
catch that.
Her miraculous turnaround means caregivers can
She's
focus
so
on
pretty.
helping her put on weight and get physical therapy to help her grow strong. More than $12,000 in donations
She
have
looks
funded
so
her
much
medical
better.
care.
Her face.
And I Heart Animal Rescue hopes that her recovery will bring in more.
If the community did not rally behind us, she wouldn't be alive. And the fact that when we put food in front of her, she wants to eat.
Yeah,
that
that's a good
shows me
sign.
that she's very happy that we fought this
Looks
battle
so
with
much. Her face
Miracle
looks.
will spend at least 1 month in a medical foster home up in West Palm Beach, and then there's already people lining up interested to adopt her and give her a permanent loving home.
I see.
In Fort Lauderdale, Marissa Bagg, NBC 6 News.
Such a great story, Marissa.
So happy for Miracle.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so that woman is just a temporary foster care to help her recover, I guess. So that was good that she did that. And then they're gonna at least. The thing I like is that, like I said, the vet did not put that dog down. They could have put that dog down, and they did not. And they cared for that dog out of their own pockets. And I love that hospital, the VEG. That's where I took my dog when she got bit by the rattlesnake. They're excellent. Again, at a high cost, but if you're, our pets are everything to us. So, okay, let's get into this next story. Again, it's a disturbing story, but
114 dogs were recovered from an RV in Mesquite following months of complaints from the neighbors there.
As the city's animal shelter is now caring for the dogs, residents are pitching in. News 3's Jane Davenport has the latest from Mesquite.
The 114 rescued dogs are now safe and in good hands here at the City of Mesquite Animal Shelter. Meanwhile, the 2 suspects in the case face more than 100 charges related to the animal abuse investigation.
I heard all kinds of barking, trying to follow where that sound was coming from.
Kim Twite says she was shopping at Walmart on Thursday, May 14th, when she noticed 2 little white dogs running around an RV.
So of course I stopped, not knowing what I was getting into, and tried to catch the dogs. Then I realized the horrific scene that I could only see through the dashboard.
Dogs, dozens of them, stuffed inside the RV.
The great big dash, maybe 2 feet wide, all the way across, full
oh
of
my
little
God,
white
what is
faces
wrong with
looking
people?
out.
Twite called police, but says she didn't realize she was one of many complaints they received about the suspects, Justino Ladonda and Michelle Santos.
So this is 7 days ago. This story broke 7 days ago. So
the fall, we had a lot. There was a lot of noise complaints. There were a lot of some of those odor complaints, and that's what our animal control was investigating all through the fall.
Sergeant Jamie Stout with the Mesquite Police Department says Ladonda was issued several citations, but never complied with any, and was eventually evicted from his home in April.
He loaded all of his dogs up, and we didn't know how many there were at that time. Loaded the dogs up into the RV and told our animal control at that time that he was going to a different state that allowed.
My question is where did they all come from? Why did he have 114 of them? Did he steal them? Do they have chips? Do they have, I'm waiting for some more follow-up on the story, because there's something. How did he get 114 of those? I'm shake it up. Inbred? Do you think so? Do you think that's what it is? I mean, they look like they're all the same breed, right? But I'm horrified.
Him to
I don't know what's wrong with people.
Instead, Sergeant Stout says he
Look at
remained
them.
in the Clark County area.
I offered water, food for the animals, food for him. Said he didn't need anything. They had everything they need, and they were in the process of moving
Yeah. Hi,
to
High
another
Plains.
state.
Hi.
By Friday, the day after Dwight
Welcome.
reported the situation in the Walmart parking lot to police, officials cited LaDonda.
So that's a good point, Wolf. Yeah, they probably weren't, fixed and spaded. And that's how they ended up with 114 of these dogs in the. Now, he had it in the apartment, 114 of these dogs in the apartment. He got evicted. And he had, I don't know, he was in a mobile home, so I don't know how he got that. But there's more to the story, so I'm waiting for the follow-up of this story. So this is the original story that happened 7 days ago. And I'm waiting for the follow-up to see, obviously they arrested the guy. But you have a good point. Yeah, I don't think he paid, obviously, for them to be, spayed. And that's how they ended up with 114 of them. Or they could be stolen. I don't know if they have chips. I don't know anything. So I'm going to wait to see, what the follow-up story is on this, but let's finish.
And seized 77 dogs from his RV. Just a few days later, police went back to arrest the suspects when they discovered more from the horrific scene.
When we placed him under arrest, he had somehow, somewhere gotten 33 more dogs. Again, similar breed.
What is wrong with these people?
He says one dog gave birth a day after the rescue.
You're right.
The total of dogs at the shelter to 114. But the dogs aren't up for adoption just yet.
What we're hoping for is he will voluntarily sign over ownership of the dogs, and that will expedite the process dramatically. Until he
Wait a
does
minute. He shouldn't even have ownership of these dogs. Like, what are they talking about? Sign over ownership? It should be taken away.
technically the dogs are evidence.
Evidence that could potentially carry more charges for the
I
suspects
can't. I
as
just
the
can't.
investigation continues. Meanwhile, residents of Mesquite are coming together with donations and questions on how this happened within their community.
Just shock, disbelief. We're an animal-loving community, and we would have rallied much sooner had we known what they knew months ago.
Oh, jeez.
Officials with the shelter are now asking for monetary donations, but say they are extremely grateful for the community's support throughout this case. Reporting in Mesquite, Jane Davenport, News 3.
Unbelievable. So those were the news stories of this week. And yeah, they were really disturbing news stories. Not good. Luckily, Miracle did make it out alive, and luckily they got those 114 dogs out of, that RV. I mean, it looked like it was blazing hot there too. So I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with people these days. I just don't get it. Hey, Katie. Hi. Welcome in. You just missed all the horrific news stories I just covered on some dogs that so this show, I usually cover news stories about, animals, and this is an animal show. So, but I hope you're well. Welcome. Glad to see you. And, the first news story of Miracle, like I said, that story was covered on so many different news channels and news stations that, I was just like, I couldn't believe that, that happened to that poor little thing. And I couldn't believe someone found that dog. And luckily it is getting back to health, and I think he's gonna be okay. So, or she, I think it's she, Miracle. So anyway, those were the news stories. So I'm actually going to go over some fun facts that for Frenchies that I think are really cute, and I wanted to add to today's show. As I was doing the research for this, and I know these fun facts because I have two Frenchies and I've had them for for so long. But so the first fun fact is Frenchies they're not good swimmers. We all know that. That's why when I see Frenchies swimming, I'm in awe, because they are normally not good swimmers because of their flat front face, and they have this, breathing issue. Hey, Poetic. Oh my goodness. I'm like, oh, hi, Poetic. How are you? I hope you're well. I hope you're doing good. Welcome in. So they're not good swimmers. So whenever I see them swimming, I'm in awe because my two Frenchies hate water. They just hate it. They cannot stand it. They just really, really don't like to even be near water. So it's too funny when I see them, actually swimming. And it's because of their facial structure and they have heavy bone density and, they're front heavy. You see these Frenchies and they're all, front heavy and they're just so cute. And they have the little stubby legs, so they can't really, they can't really dog paddle in the water. So it's too funny. Oh, good. I'm glad you're good, Poetic. Your channel is doing really well, so I'm happy for you. That's awesome. And I hope Mr. Block is doing good and tell him I said hi. So the other thing is that they cannot normally breed, right? They can't, so they have to be artificially inseminated. So they don't have normal breeding and they can't have babies normally. They have to have C-sections to, deliver their babies. And that was another thing that when we first got, and that's why I think the price is so high for Frenchies. Beside the point that they're awesome dogs to begin with, they're just the best dogs in the world. They have great personalities, and yeah, tell them I said hi. They have great personalities, and they're just so almost human-like. But I think that's one of the reasons why they're so costly. What's going on with your hours? Oh, so I am close. I'm still, working towards that. I think 400 or 500 hours to go. So it's taking a while. I've been on YouTube now I got sick for 5 months. So I was off of YouTube for 5 months. I wasn't able to put out any content and I'm still kind of recovering from that. So you should be monetized by now. I know. I just don't have the ability to be online every single day because I work full time. So it's hard for me to do that. And again, I was off of YouTube for 5 months because I was sick. So there goes 5 months of the time I could have, done that. So yeah, I know. I'm kind of like bummed out about it, but it'll happen. If 500 hours, hopefully by the end of the year, I'm, hoping that happens. And, I'm not, to be honest, I'm not in really a rush like I was. Back in the day, I'll get there. Back in the day, that's all I focused on is hours and monetization and subs and this like that. But my channel started to grow, so I was good. I did some promotional things and I did some collaborations, which really helped a lot. When I do collaborations, I get, the subs from other, channels, which really helped. So I started to grow my channel really well. But the hours are still, I still need a few. Thank you. I still need, 400 or 500 hours. So hopefully, like I said, if I didn't get sick, I think if I didn't get sick, I would have, I would have been there by now. But 5 months off of YouTube and it killed me. It just killed me. It really killed me. But I do have some good things going on. I have a podcast on Sundays that's doing really well. My AI channel is doing really, really well. So I got to start going live on that channel to get those hours up. So, but I'm trying to focus on this channel mainly to get monetized, and then hopefully, hopefully I can start on the other channel. So, so I mean, it'll happen. I'm not really, like I said, I'm not really too focused on, what's going on with that. So, and I am having some like issues here with this. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. But I see you're doing really well and you're live and doing good. And I just connected with Local. I haven't seen Local for a while, so we've been kind of commenting back and forth. And so it was nice to talk to him. And I have talked to Doran from The Source. So I was trying to keep my connections. That's the other thing, too. It's like, every month it's recommended that every month you kind of like go back to your subs and kind of reconnect and stay connected to them, watch a video and comment, and just so you keep those connections. And it's hard to do that. Yeah, it's hard to do that, especially when you have a lot of subs. And and then I try to get in as many lives as I can, but it's impossible. I mean, everybody is live all the time, and then you have your own lives to do. So it's been, yes, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so it's tough. It's tough, and then I work a lot. I'm going to listen when I pack up some trash. Oh, thank you, Katie. Okay, thank you. Yes. Yeah, so anyway, I try to get, into as many lives as I can, but a lot of lives go on during the day and I don't get out of work till late. So it's, I miss out on a lot of that stuff. Have my headset on. Thank you, Katie. Thank you. So yeah, so it's, it's been hard for me to, stay in contact with everyone. And there's just so many people that, I am, really want to stay connected to. So again, a lot of the lives that happen is while I'm at work, and it's hard for me to, stay connected. So, but I do have my podcast on Sunday nights, which is really going well, and I love it. We have a great time. And then, I go live every Saturday with my doggy show. And then Thursday nights, I do the YouTube creator live, and that has been interesting to say the least. I go over policy on Thursday nights and try to keep everyone informed on what's going on with YouTube, even though it changes constantly. That policy changes constantly, and they don't let you know that it's changed. So, I do have, a good group of people that help me, stay informed with that policy. And I do go over that on Thursday nights. So if you're interested in what's going on with the policy, I do bring it up, and we read it, and there's videos on that policy too that actually are really helpful. Okay, I have to start coming back around. Just been trying. Yeah, I know, Poetic. Believe me, I know the deal. It's hard. It's really hard to stay connected, especially when you work full time. And right now, my job, because of what's going on in the world, I am so busy. I'm in, military aerospace, so it has just been unbelievably busy. I could, okay, what time on Thursday? So I go 4:30 California time on Thursdays. So, and we do have a good, we have a good little crowd that comes in. So, and it's really for creators, just so that we all, I learn a lot on that live, because I have creators saying, giving me their experiences on what's going on that with their channels. And we know right now that YouTube is doing a huge purge, and we know that things are going on with YouTube right now. So these creators are like, oh, this is happening to me, and this is, and so we'll dive into these things that are happening to other channels. And so I get to learn a lot too, which is really, really good. I appreciate that. So it's, it's a good learning. Thursday nights is great. It's a good learning, live, and I do, have the policy there, and we go over some things. I also share like new tools that YouTube has been giving us to create, videos with and things like that. So I do share that on that live too. So They have come out with, I don't know if you've heard of the YouTube effects AI video creation tool. It's a really, really good creation tool. It's and they have little tutorials that you can use for it, but it's youtube.effects.com, and it's a really good. You can create thumbnails, everything. It's a really, really good. It's a really good. Yes, that's what. Nice. Yeah, because I don't use AI a lot. I didn't really know about it. And then when I started going over the policy page and looking at all the different links on that page, it takes you to, all these other sites. It's different from YouTube Create. Yes, and I use YouTube Create. I like that. And I don't like using AI. You guys know that. I have an AI channel that I just talk, I think AI is, well, that's a different story for a different time. But I have used the YouTube Create, and that is on the phone. Like I used it on the phone app. I don't think it's on desktop yet, but I did use that. Oh, okay. I have to check the YouTube effects. Yes, YouTube effects. It's youtube.effects.com. And I had it on my, not this past Thursday, but the Thursday before I showed it, and I showed the website and everything. So if you wanted to just go through that, yeah, you can check it out. It's really cool. You're going to need the tutorials because it's actually made with like bots, like different AI bots. And so your creation, when you create these thumbnails or videos, down below shows you the code and how it's created with different bots. It's really cool. And that's the part I get into because I do a little bit of coding, at work and VBA coding. And I did play around with N8N, which is another coding platform that you can create these bots to do different things. So I was really interested in that because it shows, what the bots do for your creation, and it shows you the code, so you can actually do it yourself without the program. It's a really cool thing. So go check it out, youtube.effects.com. It's really neat, and definitely do the tutorials. You're going to need them. It's kind of a little bit complicated unless you know AI really, really well. And like I said, I don't really like using AI a lot in anything, but I did, check that out, and I shared it on the Thursday night. So yeah, Thursday nights is, my content creator connection and YouTube policy and things that are going on with YouTube. And then usually Sunday mornings, I do a live outdoors on my property. So that's the other live I do. Except for this Sunday morning, tomorrow morning, I'm doing an OBS tutorial with another channel. So that's going to be really cool. I'm very excited about that. So I'm collaborating with another channel to do a tutorial on OBS. So I am still busy on YouTube, but my hours, yeah, it's going to take a little bit. So I just, like I said, I'm not really focused on that too much anymore, just because I think I know where the direction of YouTube is going, and we'll see what happens. I'm just not gonna, go crazy worrying about it. We've been on longer than 1 year, so we have drop off. Yeah, and that's gonna happen. Poetic. Woof and snort. Yes, we've been on. Yes, a little bit longer than a year. So it's been like 13, 14 months now. So we have drop off. Whenever you get time in the future, I would love to interview you. I would love that. I would love that. That I would totally, yes. That's a yes from me. Yeah, my year will be next month. Okay, wow, you got monetized really fast then. You got monetized. You have really good. You've got a good channel. So, yeah, you got monetized really quick. Okay, need a break. Okay. Take care, Katie. You need a break from what you're doing, or you need a break from from this? Anyway, it's you did get monetized really, really fast, but you have good content. Your channel is really good, and you have a lot of people, so it's good. And like I said, I'm not really. No, I'm coming back to sit down with you. Oh, Katie, thank you. Awesome. Yeah, so I'm not worried about the hours anymore. It'll happen when it happens. And to be honest, the more I hear about monetization, the more I'm like, "Yee." I don't know if hey, hi Plains. I don't know if I really, I do it because I like it. I do it because I like to do this. So if I'm monetized or not, it is what it is. So, but yeah, I do YouTube because I like it. I just put out a video on my AI channel, and it's really interesting, and I love that channel a lot. Like my AI channel is my channel that I really, really love. Being monetized is even more work. See. Have to keep hours up. Yes, yes. And that's the thing. Once they have you, you are a slave to it. It is like insane. So that's why I'm not worried about it. That's what I've suspected, Poetic. Yeah, I am a slave already to another job. Y2 don't pay, and that's the other thing. Y2 don't pay unless you get a lot of views and all that stuff. Yeah, and I know that. Use woof and snort. Yes, I know that you have to have like hundreds of thousands of. It's really not worth it. And I think by the time the CEO changes this platform for what he really wants, some of us may not even have a channel. But anyway, my full-time job is testing. Testing. Yeah, Katie, what do you do? Patient testing. Oh, no kidding. Okay, because I used to be in the biomedical field as a tester, as a chemist, chemistry. I used to test, chemistry for biomedical, for COVID testing and for flu testing. And then when I was in my younger days, I was a medical assistant, so I did a lot of blood draw and things like that. No, customers test my patient. Oh my God, Katie. That's hilarious. I love it. You are funny, though. That was a good one. Oh, that is too funny. Yeah, well, I think we all, go through that with, I know my patients gets tested all the time at work. I had a really crazy week this week. Like I said, the industry that I'm in, I was just like, I have had enough. I need to go home. 1:30 on Friday, I ran out that door. I was just like, I am done. I need a vacation. It's just insane. Katie, that was too funny. That was really funny. But yeah, Poetic, I'm, still trying to recover and still a little bit sick. And, but I needed to get back on YouTube, right? I didn't want to lose everyone. I didn't want to, just drop off like that. So anyway, so I did, get back on a little bit sooner than I probably should have, but I am doing better. I'm feeling better and slowly it's so slow. I've had this now for 4 times and it's just, it's awful. So, and I'm getting older. My birthday is next week. I'll be 57 and not looking forward to that at all. So, I think the older you get, the harder it is to recover from different things. So, glad you're doing better. Thank you. Yeah, it's a wild child. Yeah, but I am still having a lot of fun with this, A gorgeous 50. Oh, you're sweet. Thank you. Thank you. You are too. Yeah, so I am, like I said, doing, much better. I was really, really sick for a while. So the 5 months off of YouTube did hurt me as far as, getting the hours that I needed And yeah, it's a hi wild child. It was, it was hard for me. I went through a little depression there, and I was just like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I worked so hard to get, you're at work, okay, don't work too hard. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Thank you for listening, though. You're awesome, wild child. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, so, I was just really bummed out that, I wasn't recovering fast enough, but it is a nerve damage. It's a virus that damages the seventh cranial nerve. So now when your nerves get damaged like that, it takes forever for them to recover. And when that virus hits that seventh cranial nerve, it paralyzes everything on one side of your face. So it was really rough. I went through a really, really, really bad depression. Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. And it's the fourth time I've gotten this, and you're not supposed to get this. Even twice, you're not supposed to get this. So there was something definitely going on, and I'm still under medical care. So I'm still being evaluated even now. So it'll be a year in November since I got the virus. And so I'm still under medical care for it because, they're wondering why. It's a stress-related it's a stress-related virus, right? So when your body undergoes so much stress, this virus just comes out. And I had another person that I knew got the virus the same time I did. And it was crazy. We were just like, every now and again we'd see each other in the chat and we'd be like, how you doing? Are you okay? And, just asking each other, how we're healing and kind of comparing, the healing process. So it was really rough because I was really getting into YouTube. I was starting to have a really good time with it. I love you guys. I love making content, especially on my AI channel. That's where I really, really, really like it. My father would get palsy of the face every now and then. Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. I've never heard it happening more than once or twice to someone. So 4 times was really kind of like the doctors were like, there's something, really going on with this because you're not really supposed to get it, more than, twice is even too much. So getting it 4 times, within a 6-year period and then it takes, 6 months to recover on a normal recovery. And I was going through, I was going through 9 months, 10 months, 11 months of recovery. And still, it's still not 100%, although I can talk now and I can eat. So I did drop a little weight and, I was out of work for a while. I was out of work for a little bit, working from home, not out of work. Of course, they would not let me not be out of work. So I still had to, work from home. So, wow, what caused it? So like I said, it's a stress-related illness, virus. And so when your immune system is stressed, when it's, at this point of a stress this virus, we all have this virus in us. It's like a chicken pox virus. It's kind of like in that family of viruses. And when your body undergoes so much stress on your immune system, this virus just comes out. And so I've had it as a Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. I don't know if you guys ever heard that, but that's another form of this virus. And that's even worse than the Bell's palsy side of it. So, so it wasn't fun. I did have a tough time with it again, because I was just getting into, I was getting ready to do a podcast and I had this all set up and I had to, tell the person that I was going to have this podcast with that I was really sick and I couldn't do it with this particular person that I was going to do it with. And that kind of was, I was bummed out about that, but then it ended up working out. I ended up, connecting with another channel and then I even was sick doing this podcast, but I wanted to get this podcast off the ground. And so I just went with it. So the first few episodes of this podcast, you can really see, that I was still really sick. But I said, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. The hell with it. I whatever. And now it's getting much better. It is definitely getting much better, but it's all good. Yeah. Yeah, stress can do a lot for sure. Can cause shingles because stress lowers yes, and I've had shingles too. I've had 2 cases of shingles. So there is definitely something in my immunity that is not good. So I am on a regimen of different things now, vitamins and drinks and, little like electrolyte, just a bunch of things to try to get me, back to normal. And they did say it would return. It would be about a year. My stress is manifesting as sleep disturbances, talking in my sleep. Oh God, Katie. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the sleep thing, Katie, you got it. That's the worst. If you can't get that sleep, like I just that's that, and that's the other thing. Like I need a good night's sleep. I need a good night's of rest, and that's the worst thing. They say so, Katie. They say that the sleep is the most important thing. I wonder what you're saying in your sleep. Is anybody listening to what you're saying in your sleep? I knew someone actually who talked in their sleep, and I was like, "What the heck are you saying?" It was like a bunch of mumbo jumbo stuff. Like I couldn't, like a different language. It was funny, but yeah, that's not good. My son is documenting it. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, that's good. You seeing a doctor for that too? Like, have you? Because that's really rough. Like the sleep thing is the most important. You can't recover. That's when we recover, right? Is when we're sleeping. Everything starts to regenerate. That was very smart of you. Poor favor. I don't think I ever said anything in my sleep. Katie, good that your son is documenting. Yes, yeah, that is good. You have to. You have to. And that's the other thing I did is I documented. I have a calendar where I put like where I got better, what I was taking at the time. Like I'm that type of person where I, document all these things and because I want to see how the recovery, is going, and I compare it to the last time that I got sick. A look into gut health because I believe that's supposed to play. Yes, and that's another thing. I am taking supplements for that. So where I wasn't before, I also changed a really big thing. I used to drink 6 to 7 Diet Cokes a day. A day. No water. I hated water. Could not drink water. Hated water. Now I have not had a Diet Coke in 2.5 months, not one. And all I drink is water. And I try to drink a half a gallon a day. So that's a lot for me. The only thing is a pain in the ass because I'm constantly going, to the bathroom because I'm drinking so much water. But I do find that made a huge difference. Wow. I have to have my water. Yeah, see, I did not like water. I would not drink it at all. I would only drink Diet Coke. And so that has changed for me. And I do feel better. Now that I exerted myself with the trash, I feel a bit of natural high and relaxation, the exercise. But my job has me sitting all day, so I am out of shape. Yeah, I don't know what you do for a living, Katie, but I am. See, that's the thing about my job is I'm very active. Like I'm not sitting. I shouldn't say that. Half the day I'm sitting and half the day I'm on the manufacturing floor, unless you count round as a shape. Oh my God, you're too funny. I love your personality. Yeah, I mean, I'm not skinny, but I try my hardest to try to stay, I have the genes too. Like I come from an Italian eating family, so I grew up with, I never had any frozen foods when I was younger. My mom was such a good cook, and we always had homemade meals all the time. Never went to fast food or anything like that growing up. So I was fortunate enough to do that, but the portion sizes were massive, right? So I got the Thrifty G. That's sweet tooth. I have a sweet tooth too, and that's my problem. I say it all the time. I have a really bad sweet tooth. It's awful. I would rather have sweets than anything. So I think the other night when you were saying about McDonald's and the French fries, I was like salivating. I wanted, because there's a McDonald's right on the corner of where I live, and all I smell is the freaking French fries from this McDonald's at my apartment. So when you were in that live talking about the French fries, I was just like, oh my God. I lost a lot of weight, cut sweets, bread, soda from a size 20 to 11. Oh, congratulations. Nice. Yeah, I don't, during the week, I'm really good. I don't. So I have a little yogurt for lunch, and then I have a salad for dinner with chicken. So that's what I eat 5 days a week. And then on the weekends, when I come to the desert, I have bread, I have toast for breakfast, and then we'll barbecue and I'll have some chicken, avocados. I love avocados, so I eat those on the weekends, and those are high in calories, but they're good for you. And then, Sundays I'll have, whatever. So I have cleaned up a lot of what I eat, and I did lose some weight, which I'm really happy about. I lost, 6-7 pounds. I was really happy. But I think it's a lot of the cutting out of the soda, the drinking of the water. I don't eat bread during the week. So there is, and I am super, super active. Oh, Nina, try bacon, avocado, tomato sandwich. And that's the other thing. Yes, Katie. I love yes, those are good. We used to make BLTs all the time, Katie. I loved them. And I would put cheese on it, American cheese, and it melted on the bacon. It was so good. So yes, it was so, so good. And I love the American cheese because it melted nice on that bacon and the lettuce and tomato and mayo. You got to have and that's the other thing. I would overdo it with the mayonnaise. I love mayo, and that's not good for you either. So I cut out a lot of things. And like I said, as you get older, your body does not, work the way it used to when you're younger. So, and I'm fortunate because my sister is almost a nurse actually at Boston General Hospital, at Mass General Hospital in Boston, and she is very into. She should have been a doctor really, but she is a sonographer, so she does a lot of ultrasounds and things like that. But she's certified in several different types of sonography, so she does. In order to do ultrasounds, you have to be certified in particular things like the kidneys or the liver or the this or the that. So she got all her certifications. So she also does ultrasounds on every part of the body because she has all these certifications. And she's definitely medically, we both went to school together for medical. And I went for medical assisting, and she went for medical ultrasound. So it was fun to go together. This is way back when I was in my 20s. And so I did work as a medical assistant for a few years. I hated it. I hated that job. I hated it. I did not like drawing blood. I did not like taking vitals. I did not like any of it. So then I switched to the administrative side of it, because once you're a medical assistant, you also have to run the office. So I ended up going into the insurance side of it. I worked for Aetna Health Plans, and I worked along with the nurses pre-certifying surgeries. So the doctors would call and find out what the plan covers, and I would, let them know how to pre-certify a surgery and the coverage. So I did that for a little while. Again, I wasn't crazy about the job. I was in my 20s. It was, right out of, school. And so I went that avenue, and I still wasn't happy. I really wanted to be a stylist. I wanted to be a hairstylist. I wanted to be in cosmetology. That's what I really wanted to go for. But my family pressured me so much about going into the medical industry because that's where all the money is, and that's where your sister's going. And, so I was like, okay, I'll do it. And so I did it with my sister. It was a 2-year, certification that I went for medical assisting. And then finally I was just like, I am not happy. I just can't do this. And then I went for cosmetology, and I ended up owning one of the most amazing spas for 15 years in Boston, Massachusetts. And I loved it. It was a really, really, really great spa. It was inside of a really high-end elite health club. And then the crash of 2008 happened, and my lease was up, and a lot of life changes happened in 2008 for me. So I had a choice to either stay and re-sign another 5-year lease, and or I could sell everything and just get out of Dodge. And at the time, I had met my husband now, and we were just like, let's just start a new life somewhere else and let's get out of here. So that's what we did, and that's what brought me to California, and I'm very happy I did that. And so when I came to California, I did still stay in the beauty industry. I still kind of bounced around from salon to salon. I worked at a few different places. And I found that California was not like Massachusetts. It's the competition here. So in Massachusetts, they have laws where you can't have a salon within so many miles of another salon. But here in California, you can have a nail salon next to a salon next to a salon. Like, there's no regulation here in California for salons. They could be next door to each other. And so the competition was really rough. So I found myself having to work at several different places just to make $1. And that wasn't working for me. And then my husband got me into the biomedical company that he was working at. And that's how I got into the chemistry. And I ended up doing really well at that job. I ended up being the supervisor of the chemistry lab, the quality control chemistry lab. Within 5 years, I was supervising that quality control chemistry lab and doing chemistry and making COVID tests and flu tests and strep. And I loved it. I loved that job. It was a great job. And then I worked there for about 10 years, and the company merged with another company, and it just went really bad, really fast. And I was like, I got to get out of here. It's just, I could see that it was just going to go, hey, Simon, I love the eyes. Welcome. I could see that job was just going to be not good. So I started looking. And I say this in my very first video I did on my AI channel that, I worked for this company for a long time, moved up really quick, and then, it just turned really bad really fast. And so I started looking for another job. It took me 2 years, and that's when I got into this. Welcome in, Simon. That's where I got into this really great company, which is the military aerospace, missile and defense. So that's what I do now. And it's a very physical job because we have a campus. So there's like 4 different buildings, and I'm running all day long from building to building to building. And then half the day I'm doing data and analysis and, looking at drawings and, just looking at specifications and things like that. So, and I love this job. It's a great job. Unfortunately, it just got bought out by a private equity company. So I'm screwed, I think, on that. It's just, things are just not going really well. Bye, Katie. Bye, Wolf. Bye, Poetic. Thank you for coming in. It was good to see you. I'll stop by. I will stop by and tell Mr. Block I said hi. So, I really love this company. It's a great company, great people, great benefits. And then, yes, Katie, I was horrified. I had been there, a year, and they got sold to a private equity. They will ruin everything. Yes, and I know that. I think it's going to be either AI or the private equity company that's going to, be my demise. So it's really sad. But what's really strange is that we are so busy now because of what's going on in the world that, the government contracts are just coming in left and right. So, yes, you and Kiddo would agree. Yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen. I just know it's definitely not going to be a good thing. And me. um, yes, you and Kiddo would agree, and me. Yes, it's not a good thing. It's definitely not a good thing. Private equity always, I know so many companies that they ruined and just destroyed. And it was really unfortunate that they did that to this. So they just sold off this part of the company. So the company also has other different subdivisions, right? And it was interesting because when Trump went to China like a month ago, the company called that I worked for, I'm not going to say who it was, actually went with Trump to China. And I was just like, oh my goodness, that's my company that I work for, used to work for until we got bought out by this private equity. So it's kind of scary. I'm, really holding on to, I'm hoping, they say that they're going to sell us to like a Raytheon or General Dynamics or something like that. But Joann Fabric, yes, Joann Fabric, Toys R Us. There's just too many to list. Like, I know Wolf and Snort knows all of them, but just it is really sad that had happened because we have a special niche that we do at this company that I work for, and not too many companies have this particular niche. I will never sell my business to one. What is I'm so curious now what you do. Do you own the business? I will never sell my business to one. Oh God, you got me so curious. Yeah, it's not a good thing. So either AI will come and just decimate everything because I know, and that's the other thing. When private equity came in and bought us, they implemented this AI into our systems. So now everything I do, all my VBA coding, all my formulations, all my specifications, everything I do is recorded through this AI. It's an Etsy store called Heckameldy. It's very small, but I want to ramp it up. I do have a normal job though. Oh, interesting. Heckameldy. Oh, I gotta go Etsy, huh? I was thinking about doing an Etsy thing. I want to write this down. Heckameldy. Oh, Heckameldy. Okay. I love it. H-E-C-K daily. Oh, I'll check that out. I'll definitely check that out. I was going to do an Etsy thing too. And I looked into it and I was just like, oh God, is this worth it? It seems like a lot of work. It seems like a really lot of work. But yeah, so I just, I know that this AI now, every time they do an update, right? Everything that I worked on for like 3 or 4 months is just now, when they do an update, is like a click of a button. So I know that I trained it. I know that it learned from me. It's like, it's recording everything I do so that it can take over. And, it's either going to be AI or they're not going to, or private equity is just going to, just kill the company, this division of the company. And, even though they say, I know it's awful because I really love this job. And it's actually closer to the house in the desert because when I lived in San Diego, it was like a 5-hour drive from there to the desert. And now I'm like 2 hours closer. So I moved to be closer to this new job and to be closer to the desert. And so that was really good. I saved myself 2 hours of driving. And so it was great. Everything was great. And then 6 months ago, it got sold. to private equity, and I was just like, oh my God, my life is just hell. It's just hell. It's just hell. And that's actually when I got sick. So I don't know if that, it's really kind of a weird coincidence that happened, but whatever it is, it is what it is. I think life is just so hard right now. Anyway, it's great. Yes, Katie, I know. I did the same thing. I'm like, something's not right here. Stressful event. Yeah, it was. That whole thing was stressful, getting into a new job, 57 years old, moving, it was rough. It was really rough. But it all worked out really well. I really love the job. The people are awesome. Like, I work with a lot of good people. And I was happy about that because that was my biggest concern was, am I going to get along with everyone? I left a job that I was working at for 12 years. I was comfortable. I had a great paying job. I was, supervisor and to find this other job, it took 2 years for me to find something because I needed something that was going to pay me what I was making at my other job. And that was really hard to do. And so when I interviewed, now I went through 7 interviews for this job. I hope it does sell to a bigger aerospace company, though. I do too. I wouldn't mind working for Raytheon. I know when that happens, though, there's going to be a merger and they're going to do a layoff. So that's just a given. I know how this works. So we'll see. But to get this interview, I had to do seven interviews. So I had to interview with every manager from every department at this. It was insane. RTX has lots of locations. Oh, right. Yes. Yes. So we do too. Like, there's several different other locations here in California, but this location that I'm at is so close, like I said, to the house in the desert that it just really worked out for me to take this job. And they matched my salary, which was huge because I make decent money. I was making decent money. Now for California, it's probably not decent, but it's good. I have 2 places, we pay for 2 electric bills, 2 gas bills, we have dogs, we have, so they matched my salary and it actually came with bonuses and things like that. So that was a plus. And the health insurance was good until the private equity bought it. Now I have shit health insurance and it's just it's a nightmare. So anyway, that's just, don't mean to rant like this, but yeah, so it's, we'll see what happens and hopefully everything works out. But yeah, the YouTube thing, I was hoping that I could, make a little bit of a salary on it when I retire. But the more I hear about it, the more I know that there's no money. I need to make more money. Everyone needs to make more money right now. Everything is going up so high. The prices are just insane. I did an AI video on my other channel about what they're doing now to price tags because AI now is changing. It's digital, right? If you go into Walmart, I don't know if you guys have seen this, and even some gas stations, the price will change automatically. So everything is digital pricing in some of these stores like Walmart. And so as you're shopping, if you're using a loyalty card, like I have a Stater Brothers card, I have, that should be illegal. Yes, it should be. So you could be paying a different price than someone else based off of your income, your credit score, your job. They have factored in every little thing. So if you're using a loyalty card, which I was, so if I go shopping at like Stater Brothers or Ralph's or something like that, I'll use the coupons that they have, on your card, and I'll scan and pay. Now my credit card is linked to my phone, right? So you scan and pay with your phone. Now they know all your information. It's discriminatory, straight out of yes, it is insane. So I could pay more than someone else based on my credit, which I have great credit, thank God, what I make, because now my bank card is linked to that. So I do not use I don't care about the coupons anymore. I do not use any loyalty apps at all. I disconnected everything. I took down the apps. I took everything off my phone. Everyone should pay the same price as the next one. Yes, agreed. That's how it should be. But there's two companies out there right now, and it's called Revonics and Wasteless. And I did a video, an AI video called The Programmable Dollar, and that's on my AI channel. And it talks about what they're doing to your prices. So as you're shopping, and then they'll jack the prices up if there's if they know there's a storm coming, if they know it is so corrupt and just so awful what they're doing right now. So I covered that on my AI channel, and I was just horrified when I did the research for this video. What is happening right now to this country is insane, and I'm just horrified. It's just not even the place I grew up. I don't even recognize it, to be honest with you. And I don't know if you guys heard about LA, because I used to go to LA all the time. I used to love to go to LA. And AI needs to be regulated before it gets very out of hand. And that's the other thing I talk about on my AI channel. So the AI channel that I have is all about safety and regulation about AI, and how, where vote no Dowdy. Yes, I know. If I lived in LA, Dowdy, I would. Spencer Pratt, he's doing really well, actually. Thank you for showing up, No Dowdy. That's my podcast buddy. She has a great channel, Off Grid Living, Steps Off the Soapbox. Yeah, Spencer Pratt, he's doing really well. But going back to LA, I used to go there all the time in the clothing district. And I used to go shopping there all the time because they had good deals on their clothing. And I will not step foot near LA at all. I will not. And no doubt you probably know about the whole clothing district in LA. And because actually Sacramento too that's where you're from. But they had California is just not the same. I don't recognize it at some places. Even San Diego is getting really bad. So, but I'm excited to do our episode tomorrow night, Dowdy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good. But yeah, so I just I think it's just really sad what's happening, and things are not good. And again, I'm nervous about what's going to happen with the job thing, just because of the whole private equity and all that stuff. So what turned into a dog show turned into a, different topic, but it's all good. Yeah, so I was hoping, like I said, YouTube would be, a little bit of a, when I retire, a little bit more income, but it sounds like no one's getting paid jack. It sounds like, sorry, yeah, it's okay. It sounds like, you've got to really, really, they will work you to the bone. High Plains. Yeah, it sounds like you're going to be, tied to it. And I just don't I'm already a prisoner to this job I have. Luckily, I like it. But, this whole YouTube thing, I have a completely different outlook on it now. And the way they're changing things up on YouTube so fast. And, like I said, the policy changes by the second. So that's why I'm constantly on it. And even though I'm on it all the time, they don't update that policy all the time. So I have to go into YouTube and, look for videos and look for other information and, go to other sites and, try to find out what's going on. Because, the other thing I found out just recently was that, a lot of these channels are doing reactionary videos, right? Everybody's reacting to these videos. And if you use a video and you react to it, the rule of thumb, YouTube has a rule of thumb that you have to stop every like 10 to 20 seconds and make a comment, a value added comment on the video you're reacting to, or else any of these channels can decide to copyright their material. And then if you're covering this video and reacting to it, you can get a copyright strike for using their video and not reacting to it in a correct value added way. And so I just found all this out like recently. So these are the kind of things I talk about on Thursday nights for creators, about YouTube and what's going on. So be careful if you're doing reactionary videos, because that's what I like to do, is reactionary videos. They can do it anyway. The reacting is your only hope in digital copyright court. Yes, so that's another thing. We did a lot of diving into because a lot of the videos we watch, right, are others reacting to another video. But that other channel can at any time make their material or their content copyright. So they can go back and they can find all these videos that you did reaction to, and they can ask for money that you got paid for by YouTube, and they could take it. Like it is the biggest like scam. I just can't even. The things that are happening right now on YouTube, and over 4 million channels got taken down within 1 year from December 2025. They don't even need to make it copyright. They can simply make it copyright for you. Exactly. So if you're using a video, like in my podcast, I use videos to make a point and to kind of tie in to what we're talking about. And so we react to some of these videos, but we're adding value to what the video is saying. So if you're adding extra value to the content that you're sharing or reacting to, even that can be dangerous, right? YouTube can do anything at any time, and the other person that has the content that you're sharing can do anything at any time. It's a dangerous platform. Bottom line, it's let's see, some of the reactionary videos I see make me cringe. Yes. I agree with that. Again, the value is only for digital copyright court. Yes. And that's the other thing we found out. So, because we were like, okay, we got to look into this, because like I said, in my podcast, I still have a cold, the podcast that I do, I use videos and I say, okay, this is, I tie it into our topic, and we, give experiences of our own that relate to that video and what we went through living off grid, because the podcast is about living off grid. And my co-host, No Doubty, also lives off grid. And so this, it works really well. I do like the wheezy lady who reacts to the comments on things. I don't know if I've seen that. At all. I've seen so many different reactionary videos. I mean, everybody's doing it. Everybody. There's just so many channels that are doing it. But when I found out this information, I was like, okay. So the rule of thumb is every 10 seconds, 20 seconds, on TikTok. So that's the other thing. I think on any platform they can do whatever they want. Yeah. But I think if I start getting videos off of TikTok and implementing them into, yes, Katie, you're right, into, my podcast, it might not be so bad. I think the content that I'm getting from YouTube might be in it. I really don't know where that line is, guys. I'm still trying to figure that out, but I did figure out that the stories that I'm hearing, yeah, she is funny. You got to tell me the channel. I got to see it. I have to see it. You have to tell me who it is, because I love that stuff. Yeah, so the stuff that I'm finding out, if you really dig into that policy, and I know I sound like a nerd, but I go to all the links, and then I go to those links, and then I go to the, like, just to really dig. Hold on, she's on here too. Okay. Yeah, I want that channel. I gotta see it. So I really, really dig in, and then then I'll go like ask Gemini, wait, is this right? And even that's sketchy. So you never know. It's really unfair that they can do whatever they want whenever they want, Simon. And it's not fair to creators because they can take your channel, they can take your content, they can take your monetization, they can do whatever they want. And that's the other reason why I'm not worried about getting monetized and the hour thing. And I used to be so onto that. I used to be like so dedicated and so like focused on the hours and getting monetized. And now I'm just like, is it really worth it? I usually ask Gemini for a real life example. What has actually happened? Yes. Yeah. You guys, I'm fortunate because I have a few people on the team that I work with, and they're really good about, because I work full time, so it's hard for me to do this all the time. But now that they'll let me know, hey, this is what's going on, and then I'll do some research on it, and then I'll dig like really deep, and like I said, just hours I'll spend on finding out what's going on, and that's what Thursday nights are for. And I'll share what I have found, not that it's set in stone, and not that it's just something that I interpret. And that policy is all what you interpret. It's not, it's how you look at it. And so it's just how I see what's going on and my interpretation of that policy. But there's videos on that policy that you can go to, and they have their creators telling you, this is what's going on, that's what's going on. The whole notification, I don't know if you guys have seen that too. They're changing all the notification policies. So the notification policy is if you don't go to that channel often, like every month, and they do lives, and you want the notification for the live, if you don't return, the notifications will be taken. Like, you won't get the notifications that they're going live anymore if you're not current with them, because they don't want people getting tons of notifications that if you're not going to go to the, if you're not staying in touch with them. So you're going to lose these notifications, and it's in the policy. If I'm not explaining it right, it's in there. But so that's why I'm like, okay, every month I have to go to these channels. The policy is fluent. It's wet spaghetti guardrails. Yes. It's true. It is true. So the whole notification policy is changing. So make sure that if you want to stay in touch with the people that you go in their lives, make sure you're on there every month. Go to the channel, watch a short or something that's going to keep you connected to that channel, because you'll lose that notification. It'll go. And I presented that not last Thursday, but the Thursday night before. That's in that Thursday night live when I was covering that policy on notifications. Here's the channel. Okay, let me write this down. Lindsay DOTW. LYNDSEYDOTW. Lindsay Doto. Lindsay DOTW. Okay, I'll have to check it out. I love stuff like that. So, so that's the other thing that's going on with YouTube. We know tons of people are getting demonetized, and for no reason. Inauthentic content, and others do, but her wheeze sends me. Okay, she must be a heavy smoker, or was a heavy smoker. I'll definitely check it out, and I'll let you know. I'll see you in another chat, I'm sure. And if Simon knows, I'm sure it's funny. Anyway, Simon, your little doggy is so cute. Your new little doggy. It's so adorable. Oh my God, he's just the cutest thing. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy, but it is so cute. It just, oh, I actually stopped in your live on Tuesday, but I wasn't able to go in the chat. So I was just watching, and you were holding, oh, he was just so cute, just adorable. I love animals, so really, really cute. But yeah, so this whole YouTube thing is just, I have a completely different outlook on it now, but I do like doing it. I still like to do content. I love making AI videos. I love doing the research. I want to know what's coming. I want to know what's going to happen to, our civilization. And, I'm just on here for fun. Yes. Yeah. And that's, it is. It's fun. You get to meet good people. You get to make friends. I met No Doubty. We get along really well. We talk outside of here. She's 600 miles north of where I am, so I could easily take a day ride up there, and I plan on doing that, hanging out on her property. She's definitely off grid. Off grid meaning like off grid more than I'm off grid. I consider off grid because I'm way out there, but you better come visit. I don't know how much I want to put myself out there. I'm afraid I might run into a customer. That's the other thing I have to be careful of, because I work for, I have to be careful. And that's why the AI channel, I gotta be careful on what I do on that. Before I had this job that I work for now, I was like all in. I have a lot of controversial stuff on that channel, but now I toned it down a little bit since I work for, a military missile defense company. So I had to really tone it down on there. But Dowdy, I want to come up and see you. I want to hang out. I think I love you. I just love our friendship, and I'm so glad I met you, and I'm so glad we have this podcast together. It's a lot of fun. I got some comments. Even when I had 900 subscribers doing my thrift channel, I got recognized in Sacramento. You said that. I was just, and even where you live now, it's just, that is insane. That's insane. Well, you're really good at it. She's really good. She's got a great channel. That's what I'm afraid. Yeah, that's Katie. Yeah, that's the other thing. That would be a horrific thing. For me, I would be like, oh my God, no, so I would not like that. But yeah, that would be my biggest fear. I think it is worse now, LOL, but it is a small town. Sacramento, though, is a huge place. Yes. And, No Doubty was in the military. So thank you so much for all your service, my love. She was in the military, so she, has a lot of, I think she's doing really well on her homestead because she has a lot of skill. And I think that skill came from the military. She's got really good skill on that homestead that she has, and she is doing a really good job. And I'm excited for this Sunday night. It's going to be really good. We have a good topic, and this is our 10th episode. I can't even believe that. It's going by so fast. But I do, this whole YouTube thing, we'll see what happens with it. Again, I like doing it. I love doing the podcast. I love the Thursday nights. Sometimes I can't, sometimes it sucks because sometimes on Thursday nights, I get home too late and I have to cancel the live and reschedule it for the next. So it all depends on my schedule, whether I have that Thursday night or not. I try to keep it, but, like I said, if I work overtime, I can't. I gotta cancel the Thursday nights. But I think they're important because, again, a lot of people share everything that's going on with their channels. Things I learn that I didn't know about because other creators are sharing what is happening. So it's a really good thing, to do. And I like doing it. And again, I'm a little bit of a nerd because I do like reading and I like researching and I really like diving, deep into what's going on. I just want a small farm with horses, chickens, maybe goats. Yeah, like Devil Dog. He's got the chickens, the goats, the chickens are the best, Katie. Yes. Yeah, Dowdy, you have them. Dowdy's got, like I said, go check that channel out. It's a really good channel. She's got a wild child. See, even wild child. Yeah, so I'm really happy that, and Wild Child, I love you too. I'm glad I met you. You're just a great supporter, and I have always been there. And let's see, I want to get another VLM Mustang. I didn't even know you had. Do you have one now? Those are nice. I used to have a Monte Carlo SS when I was younger. That was my first car I ever bought, and it had a turbo. It was fast, and I loved that car. It was a really good car. But Mustangs are really cool too. I used to. Okay, fantastic. Desert, wrong Mustang. No, I know it wasn't. I know Monte Carlo is not a. I know that. I was just comparing because it's fast like a Mustang. But yeah, Mustangs are really nice. I don't really like the newer ones. I like the old looking Mustangs. I like those. They look mean. They look like serious. The newer ones are I don't know. They're too, I don't know. I just think they're just Monte Carlo SS 88. Yeah. Monte Carlo SS was amazing. It was a really fast. I was a little bit of a how do I say, as a kid, I was rough when I was a kid. When I was a kid, mine burned hay though. But I do like Mustang cars too. Yeah, Mustangs are really nice. Yeah, I was a little bit of a hellion when I was younger. I caused my mother a lot of pain and strife, and I was just in trouble all the time, and I hung out with a lot of boys, so I just was like a tomboy, a huge tomboy. And so that I used to do racing with my Mustang. I used to race the neighborhood kids because they had El Caminos, and this is back in the 80s, guys. I'm old. And we used to go racing, and yay, tomboys. Dowdy's a tomboy too. She's definitely a tomboy. I think that's why we get along so well. It's just we have a lot in common. But I was a huge tomboy. Always playing baseball, skateboarding. I never, for some reason, as a kid, I love playing in the dirt. Yeah. As a kid, I never really connected with girls. I don't know why. I just didn't. I always just hung out with boys. Tomboy, that like to sparkle occasionally. Tomboy, that like to sparkle occasionally. Yeah. So, Katie, I think you're a little bit of a tomboy. It seems like it. I think your personality is a little bit like ours. We have, Dowdy's really funny. I love her personality. She has a great personality. But yeah, I never really kind of connected with the girl. I think they were so catty. I sure am. Yes, I could totally tell. Yeah, I just always was hanging out with the boys. So I always liked, I just didn't like playing with Barbie dolls and things like that. Now I just need a man that is okay with the tomboy. Yes, yeah. It's hard. It's hard. It's definitely hard. I was fortunate that I met my husband, and he's super cool and just really supportive, and helping me with this YouTube thing, and having my back. And Simon, what name did you settle on? Oh, for the doggy. Yeah. It's so cute. It's the cutest little thing. That dog is just adorable. Just the sweetest. Oh, I want it. It's so tiny. It's a tiny little thing. Just a cute Belle. Oh, like Belle. Beautiful. Belle. I love it. What's a girl? How does Taco like her? Do they get along? I know when we first got Taco Bell. That is perfect. That I see. I get it. Katie, you're so smart. That's too funny. That's awesome. Taco Bell. That's perfect. Simon, you got to do a video. Lots of play fight. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's how so we got him first and then 6 months later we got her and they just hit it off. I was afraid that they weren't going to hit it off at all, and they just hit it off really, really cool. Actually, I'm going to go, like, I want to show you guys. Let's see if I can get into this here. And let's see. So this is my two gorgeous little ones in the desert. This is when they were little babies. My neighbor's dog had a litter, but one only survived. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, that's sad. That's really sad. Now, this is when they were little. Yes, they were babies. So she was like 4 months. He was like 7, 8 months because they're, 6 months apart. But they just loved each other. Like immediately they connected and she is fearless. Now that's what I love about her because she's like a tomboy. She is definitely a tomboy. Fearless, wasn't scared, totally stood out to him all the time. And I love watching them. It's just the cutest thing. Let's see. And she's really good at soccer and he's really good at the stick. So, and they definitely, they definitely have a good time together. I just love them. I love my dogs so much. I love them. I had to, I didn't add the sound to this one. Huh?
What do you think?
There's a couple of others I have. Let's see. I think this is kind of the same. They're playing with the same toy. They love that toy. They ripped that thing to shreds though, as you could see. Doggy soccer. Hey, Devil Dog. How's it going? Yeah, she's really good with the ball. Welcome in. I'm just showing some videos of my little guys. Yeah, she's definitely really good with the ball. He doesn't like the ball at all. He doesn't play with the ball at all. He likes the stick more than the ball, and but this is when they were babies, so they definitely, like I said, she was fearless. She wasn't scared of him at all. Make a run for the border. Yeah. Taco Bell. Oh, you got a channel. Oh, yes, you got him. Oh, I hope you have some videos on there. So cute. Just adorable. I love that. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit because I can see some of my, okay. And then I have, let's see. Yeah, this is my favorite. She's so good with the ball. And he's like, what the hell's going on? You can hear me breathing because I was running with them. I'm like chasing them around, like exhausted. But she was really good at the ball thing. And I'm videoing because I'm going to make videos of this. How did she learn to do that? She just, I don't know, to be honest. She's so good at it. She just started playing with the ball, and then one day she started like just moving it to where we meant to go, and just, she just got really good at it. Just natural, yeah. This is them fighting over the stick. I did this video on CapCut. So cute. Oh, I love them. Look at that. Oh, it's so cute. Can't get it. See? Oh. love it. He's pissed. I love this one. Look at her face. I just love that one. That's one of my favorite ones I made. She's all pissed. Let me in that friggin' house. I had fun making that one. Let's see, I got sound. Let me kill the sound a little bit. I just made this one last night.
Hey there, what you drinking? 2 shots, let's pour it out. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us.
Oh, so cute.
Ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted. One more for us. There you go. Drink it up. All this love.
Yeah, I did that one last night. So they're just the best. They're the best dogs ever. They're just the best.
Recovered from an RV.
Let's see. Yeah, so I just love them. I had so much fun with them. I love, making the videos of them, and just, they make me so happy. So dogs are just, I don't know, the best things in the world. So, and let's see, my dogs refuse to play fetch, refuse to play with toys. You have, Dowdy, your dogs are huge. You have a German Shepherd, a Pyrenees, I think. I forget the white. Your dogs are massive. They're really big dogs. So, but I just love having dogs. Hoorah! Hey, Pyrenees or something like that. Yeah. Hoorah! Sports Wall. Katie, Sports Wall. I love the Taco Bell. That's so original. That's a good friggin' name. I love that. Yeah, so again, I just I hope things work out, and I hope everybody gets to stay on YouTube, and he's just a puppy. Yeah, you rescued him, right? I think the white dog. I think you rescued. He's huge. It can't be a puppy. He's massive. I love your dogs, though. They're really, really cute. And I love your shorts that you do. I did. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they're awesome. You have a shepherd, and yeah, the white one is like a bear. It's like a white fluffy bear. It's just the cutest thing. And then Devil Dog, do you still have your puppies, or did you sell them all? Those were the cutest. Oh God, they were the cutest little things. I just loved watching them grow up, and they were just the cutest. I'm going to have to do more trash bags in a bit, but I'm purging stuff. No worries, Katie. Thank you so much for joining. One left. You still have one left. Dennis. Oh, I love it. Oh my God. When he is wet, he smells like a firm. Oh my God, that's insane. So Devil Dog, that how old is it? Still, it's got to be like what, 4 months old now, maybe. Dennis, I found some leaking cans in my pantry. So bye, Katie. Thank you for coming in. It was nice talking to you. I'll see you in another live, I'm sure. So take care. Have a good weekend. 8 weeks old. Okay, yeah, the cutest. Just the cutest thing. Just 9 weeks today. Okay. Hey, Mental, how are you? Welcome in. We're just talking about dogs. I just went over some. No, I'm hanging out for a while longer to irritate Eddie. We're just talking about dogs. I actually, if you guys want, I can show you. So I do this show on Saturday to make awareness of what's going on in the news for animals. And there was this story that I did for everyone who's new, and I'll just play one of them because it ended up being a really good outcome. But this story was so big, it broke last week. Every channel, every news station covered this story. So I have several different news channels that covered this story in a different way and showed different pictures. But I'll cut into that real quick so you guys can see that. So I start this show off with these news stories, and then I go into like, you know, videos of my dogs. So this is a story that broke last week.
We're getting an update today after a cruel crime.
A French bulldog found severely malnourished and abandoned last weekend in Fort Lauderdale. Local 10's Brett Neese is live with an update on that dog's recovery.
Eric and Christy.
Horrific story.
Wow,
horrific.
What a remarkable turnaround in just the last few days. You know, she's not out of the woods yet, but she just stepped outside and
horrific.
A little walk around the grass for a few moments. The wounds still very much visible, but the change in behavior over just the last few days is undeniable. Miracle is getting her miracle. The French Bulldog mix found nearly a week ago.
I cringe every time I see this because I had watched several. I have 4 different channels here that covered this story. But the fact that this hospital, and this is the same hospital that took care of my dog when she got a rattlesnake bite. So it's a VEG hospital, and they're really, really good. They could have put this dog down when this dog was brought to this emergency room at this hospital. They could have just put this dog down, but they didn't. They took care of this dog, and the story. I'll just continue
neglected, and near death, has spent the last 6 nights at the vet ER. Somehow, she has survived all of it and is on the long road to recovery. On Friday, she is expected to leave the ER and go home to a medical foster.
Forward, baby girl.
Cindy with iHeart Animal Rescue was there the night Miracle was found.
I haven't been able to see her walk yet, and I can't believe that she's walking.
It's not clear how long she had been on her own, but the damage done was horrible. The intense week for Miracle taking place while the search for who did this continues. She was found abandoned behind a Walgreens on Broward Boulevard. Police still without a suspect.
Big step. This is amazing. This is a miracle.
They called it a miracle. That was just one channel that covered it.
And right now at 4:30, we have an update to a dog
Another
that
channel.
was left abandoned and malnourished at a gas station over the weekend.
Local 10 Syra Anwar is live in Fort Lauderdale with how the community is supporting
know,
Miracle and her road to recovery. Syra?
And guys, this was such a heartbreaking story. There still needs to be thousands of dollars raised for Miracle's treatment. Still no word on who committed this horrible act against this poor animal, but I did get to go inside the vet clinic here and get an update on how Miracle's doing.
Miracle right now, she's improving. All her values are getting
Look
better.
at that. Look at that.
Sleeping, hooked up to pumps, drips, and monitors.
Because we're pumping a lot of fluids.
Dr. Ennio Sanmarti giving us an update on Miracle, the sweet French bulldog who was found horribly malnourished.
Now they could have put that dog down. Look at the condition of that dog. But these guys are so good. I love this vet. I love this hospital. They took care of my dog so good. Now it's not cheap. It's not cheap. But the care from this hospital, and Katie, yes, they are one of the best, and I'm so lucky. I'm really lucky.
Weekend outside of Walgreens in Broward Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale. He says after treating her since Saturday, her sodium levels are finally getting back to normal.
We're giving her just water with sugar on this pump, and then just having the maintenance for her fluids.
iHeart Animal Rescue taking on the effort of finding care for the starved dog they call Miracle.
You know, I've seen emaciated dogs before, but this was by far one of the worst that I've seen.
Now, some promising news. Dr. Sanmarti says Miracle has been seizure-free for about 24 hours.
Whoever does this needs to either go to jail or get
worse.
Cindy Machachia with iHeart Animal.
I have a few things in mind that I'd like to do to someone who I mean, this is just insane. And again, I had 4. The story was so big that it was covered under the jail. Yeah. Refeeding is so touchy too. Yeah. So that's the thing that they actually said. The dog wanted to eat. So that was one of the things why they kind of said, okay, let's not put the dog down. But I have I'm not going to show them, but you could, it's all over. This story is everywhere. I had 6 different news stations that covered the story. But did you see the condition of that dog? And the vet could have just put the dog down, and they took care of it. And a lot of people donated. I almost did because I was just like, oh my God, when I saw this, I almost did this story last week, but I was so horrified that I couldn't like cover it until I knew that it was going to be better, because I was heartbroken. I just couldn't cover the story because it was just really emotional for me. And then this, because I always try to follow up on the stories that I do. People don't understand you can't just let an emaciated animal fill up on food. So they actually spoon fed the dog. In some of the videos I have, they are very slowly spoon feeding them. And you saw all the IVs it was on, right? So it had the sugar, it had the this, it had the that. So they were slowly, feeding it nutrients through these IVs before they actually could, feed it some food. But a lot of people donated for the care of the dog. And then it got adopted by a person that's going to care for it for a certain amount of time. And then it's going to go up, someone else will adopt it. So I said, I'll cover the story now because I know there's a good ending to it. But that's why I didn't cover it last week when it broke. And I just, because I just couldn't, the horrific story. And like I said, it was on every news station there was. I just couldn't get away from it. So, yeah, same thing with humans. Too much food at once can harm you if you haven't eaten in a while. Right. Yeah. I know when I do fasting, oh God. And then I go to eat. It's not a lot. Like I have to like just not eat a lot. It's like, a little bit. And then a few hours later, I'll eat a little bit more. And then a few hours later, I'll eat. But yeah, you're right. You can't just go binge and, go crazy because you'll get sick. And I know that from when I do fasting, it's, I can't eat a lot after, that happens. So I'll eat a little bit and then eat some more. But it was just really, 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 really sad.
And now at 5:30,
this is the other one.
Find in Fort Lauderdale over the weekend. Police say it could be a case of animal abuse.
Worse.
A dog was found in very bad shape, abandoned behind a drugstore.
CBS News Miami's Joan Murray is your reporter in
Fort
Lauderdale.
Worse.
She shows us why this is a miracle in the making.
Sorry, guys, I can't handle it.
They were estimating 5 to 6. She seems older to me because of the gray on her face.
Oh, yeah.
So.
They call her Miracle, and she is lucky to be alive.
Look at
Miracle
that.
was found starving and hurt.
Oh God, I can't. Like, I just can't. I was just, somebody's got to go to prison for that. Like, just who would do that to? And they're saying that some of the scars on the dog was like burn scars. Like I can't. Yeah, so it's really sad. So that's what this show is on Saturdays, is I kind of like, do some news stories on what's going on in the world with these poor animals, and I try to follow up on some of the news stories to make sure that they're okay, that they got most of them are stolen animals, and some of the stories that they're being ransomed. And I found out, a couple of shows. I think it was episode 18. Hey, Fairbricks, how are you? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for stopping in. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. I think it was episode 18 that I did, Silly Frenchies number 18, where they found a puppy chop shop. So they were stealing these Frenchies. They were performing surgeries in their house, taking the chips out of the dogs so that the owners wouldn't be able to find them, and they wouldn't be... the stories that I am uncovering when I do these shows about all these animals and dogs and pets are just, I can't. So, and then they would sell the dogs for $15,000-$20,000 because Frenchies are, are expensive dogs, or they'll call the owners and they'll try to get ransom money. It's just insane what's going on in this crazy ass world we live in. So that's what I do on this show on Saturdays, is I do, some news stories that, let just people know what's going on, and just to keep your pets like as close as you can. Don't let them out of your sight. They're just so precious, and I worry. I love animals, as you guys can tell. I just love animals. I love all animals, and when I see stuff like this, I can't sleep at night sometimes. When I saw this story, like I said, I was going to cover it last week, and I was just like, I can't do it. I just can't do it because I don't know what the result is going to be of the dog, and I don't want to think about it. I just didn't want to think about it. So I didn't. But then I always look for the follow-up. So I'm always researching, for the follow-up stories. And then I saw this, and I was like, oh, thank God it survived, and thank God people donated, and thank God, it's going to live, and, hopefully it'll recover fully. It looked pretty bad. If you guys, I don't know if you agree with that, but it looked really rough. It was just, I don't know how anybody could do anything like that and then just leave it behind a drugstore, Walgreens or whatever, and then it's just awful things. So very, very scary things, very crazy people out there. So just keep your pets next to you, keep them safe. It's so sad. Yes, devil dog. I can't even imagine even like yelling at my dog. I mean, I feel bad when I say, hey, stop barking, I can't even just imagine, just some of these things that are happening to these poor dogs. And just, there's stories about in LA on Skid Row, what they're doing to dogs out there. And Spencer Pratt is the one who actually called this all out. Dowdy, if you're still here, Spencer Pratt was the one who called this out to Mayor Bassett, I think her name is, or Bassett, whatever, what they were doing to these dogs on Skid Row. Some of these homeless, people that own these dogs were torturing them, and he brought light to that. Go Spencer Pratt. Yes. He was the one who said, do you know what's happening to these poor? He actually had specifics and videos of what was going on. Well, I believe no matter what, you do something like that, you will answer for it. Yes, somehow, some way, right, Wild Child? I'm hoping it'll all come back in the end. But Dowdy, he said, do you know what's going on with these dogs? Karma for some, yes. And I believe that. I do believe that. I definitely do. In this case, I hope for it. Like I said, I can't even imagine. But Spencer Pratt was the one who said, go to Skid Row, 50 blocks of homeless in LA. That's why I won't step foot in LA like I used to. They are torturing these dogs. And some of the things I won't even say. Have you seen his campaign ad, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? I've seen every one of them. I watched every interview of him. If I lived in LA, I would be voting for him because his house burnt down in the Palisades fire, and he's a riot. He is a riot, and it's weird that there's no excuse for abuse. That's right. What's weird about Spencer Pratt is he was on the hills. And Laguna Beach, and he was on the reality TV show back when he was a kid, and he was a complete asshole on those shows, but he was just playing a part. And now he's running for mayor of LA, and he's calling these guys out on their corruption and things that are going on in LA. And he's really, 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 yes, I did too. I used to be hooked on those shows. Yeah, I used to love those stupid reality shows. Now I can't stand them. Something changed as I got older. I was just like, what am I wasting my time watching these stupid, hideous shows for? But back in the day when I was younger, oh my God, I used to watch all of those shows, Laguna Beach, The Hills, MTV, all those reality, shows, the Housewives and all that crap. And now I can't stomach any of them, but I used to watch him all the time. But he used to be a reality TV star. I just made my 20-year-old daughter binge watch them all and then show her his mayor campaigns. Yes. What a difference. He was in his 20s. He was an arrogant little effer. And, he played a good part, though. He did play a good part. And now he's this, I watched that debate that he had. and damn, he did so good. He was just like, on it, and he has a lot of, hey, Feed Digits, welcome. Welcome in. Nice to see you. Hope you are doing well, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Yay, the weekend. We are discussing all kinds of things right now, but Spencer Pratt, I think, has a good chance. I hope it's not the same. Gavin Newsom is, I can't stand him. I can't stand, Mayor Bassett, I think her name is. And, I actually had a wildfire 4 miles from my house last week. Not last week, the week before, when I was doing that Thursday Night Live. And this fire was insane. My whole apartment was filled with smoke. I couldn't breathe. All my tenants we were all on our balconies because the fire it was 2,000 acres that burned 4 miles from my apartment in the city. And I was choking. It was awful. The fires that are happening in California. And, Spencer Pratt, lived in the Palisades and his house burnt down. And they actually made him get a loan for $30,000. Oh, to buy a mobile stream home to put on his property. Let's see, great weekend, smoking pork belly right now. So good eats ahead, yum. Hope you're having a pleasant weekend too. I am, thank you. I am. I'm getting ready to do some barbecuing myself. I'm hungry. I'm starving. But, they had him get a $30,000, a 30-year loan, 30-year loan for an Airstream so that he could live on his burned house, where his house burned down. So they put this Airstream on his property, and he had to get a 30-year loan. And his house burned down. What are you going to do? I am going to make some chicken. I got some chicken breasts because I don't eat red meat. So I'm not there's something about red meat I don't like. So I'm going to do some chicken breasts. And I do this. So Katie, I do soy sauce and I marinate the chicken in soy sauce and I let it sit. And oh my God, when it's barbecued, it has this sweetness, like when it's barbecued, the soy sauce gets a little sweet on the outside, but it still has that tangy taste. It is amazing, and it's so good. It's my mom's secret recipe that she used to do back in the day. It is so good. And then I'll make him his steaks. He's a steak eater. He's a steak and potatoes guy. So, and then we buy the steaks with the bones so the dogs can have their little treats. So they get their stuff too. So. But yeah, that's what I'm going to barbecue. I'll have some avocado with it. I'm going to do some avocado. And then I got some good salsa that I like. And I'm going to do some salsa and chips. And yeah, I'll just have a good eating. I'm really hungry. So it is good, Feed Digits. It's really, really good. And my mom used to make it all the time as kids. I might grill some chicken tomorrow. Yeah, it's good. I love the season because that's what we do. We don't cook inside in the summer, ever. We always cook on the grill. Everything is on the grill. We do, everything. So here's another good recipe that I have. Tin foil, right? You slice potatoes, a red skin or whatever, into like chip size, not too thin, and then peppers and onions and olive oil and season, and then you wrap it up and you stick it on the grill, and the potatoes come out crispy. They're so good. And the peppers and onions, it's delicious. It is so good. And that's another mom recipe that she taught me. But the soy sauce on the chicken, and you barbecue it and let it get a little bit burned a little bit on some parts. It's so, oh my God, it is yummy. It's I could eat two or three pieces of that chicken. So that's what I'm going to have for lunch. I'm really excited about it. We use Sprite to marinate our chicken. Ooh, comes out pretty tasty. Ooh, I'll have to try that. I love trying new stuff. I want to make my mom's potato salad recipe. I love potato salad. I love it. I want to know what it is. My mom made really good potato salad too. She did really good. She was a great cook. She almost did a restaurant. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If you want to share it, I have an email. If you want to email it to me, and you don't want to share it to everybody, you could email it to me. But yes, I would love it because I do. She handed that recipe out like candy. Oh. She's probably proud of it, right? So, yeah, we love to cook. My mom was a really good cook. I grew up in in a bakery. We owned a bakery when I was younger. So, my grandfather did. So I grew up, in the kitchen. And like I said, I never had, I don't think I even went to a fast food place until I was like in my teens. So we never had fast food. We never had frozen food. We never had any of that because, my mom loved to cook. We're Italian. So it's a given that's where you are is in the kitchen all the time. And we grew up cooking at a young age, my sister and I. But yes, I would love that recipe. I love making potato salad. I love any kind of potato salad. So does my husband. Like I said, he's a meat and potatoes kind of guy. So I'm always, looking for good stuff to make. So, and I love to cook. I have a really nice kitchen here, which is nice because I don't have a nice kitchen where I live in the city. I live in a tiny, tiny little, apartment. So I don't cook during the week. That's why I eat the salads at night. So I don't have to cook. I have not used that stove in the year and a half that I've lived in this apartment. I have not cooked on it. I have not boiled water on it. I have not done anything. I have not even turned it on. So hence I've eaten salads for the last, year and a half. But when I come here, that's when I do the cooking because the kitchen is out of control. It's so nice. Let's see, same. I enjoy cooking and of course, yes, yeah. I do. I love it. And like I said, we grew up, in the kitchen, learning these recipes. My mom would always have us there, watching her. That was one thing that she really did. She's like, if you're going to be a good wife, you need to know how to take care of a man. And that was one of the things she's like, you need to learn how to cook. And so at a really young age, we were in the kitchen with my mom and, cooking, and we loved it. We had a really good time. We just had a good time. And like I said, I grew up, kind of in the, not in the restaurant business, but it's simple. Bite-sized cubes of red, white potatoes, chopped boiled eggs. I do that. Oh, dill pickle relish. Dill pickle relish. A smidge of onion juice plus minced dill pickle. You know what? I'm going to screenshot this real quick because I didn't know dill pickle. Oh, that sounds amazing, actually. I love dill pickle relish. Okay, I'm going to screenshot this. Okay. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Nice. Okay. Dill pickle relish, a smidge of onion juice, plus minced fresh onion, mayo, mustard. Oh, bacon. Yes. The bacon is delicious. I can do bacon here and there. Like it depends on the day. Sometimes I can have it, and sometimes I just don't like it. It's a weird. I do like it inside of like a sandwich. Like I could do it with a sandwich with cheese on it. Montserrat to you. I pulled out the phone and took a picture of that. I love egg. Me too. I love the egg and the potato salad. I love egg salad. Like I do love because I love mayo. I just love mayonnaise. It's so bad for you. It is so bad for you, but I love it. I love mayo. It's just really good. One of the best things that ever was invented was the mayonnaise. But yeah, thank you. I got it. I got a screenshot. I will definitely try it. I like the dill pickle relish. I actually love that stuff. I buy it anyway and just eat it out of the jar. Because there's no calories in it. So the onion, relish, mayo, and mustard should be mixed first. Okay. And then add everything else. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 4th of July, that's what I'll be that's what I'll be making. I have some time off on the 4th, so I'm really excited about that. I don't get vacations often, so when there's a holiday, I'll take an extra day. The only time I get time off is at the end of the year. So we don't measure. It goes by taste. Yeah. Okay. That's what we do. Same thing. My mom was like, she could make anything, like with anything. And she knew exactly what to do. And, she never followed like a recipe. But when she made something, I like the skins on, by the way. I like the skins on. When she made something, she would write out the recipe. So my sister has this book of handwritten recipes from my mom from like the 70s. So it's so valuable, and she won't hand it over. But might be bad for you, but look at it in a different way. You're helping keeping mayo makers employed, eat so they can get a bonus. Yes, that is true. That is so true. I do love it. That is a good point. It is a good point. Yeah, we too bad it's like $9 a bottle now. $9 a jar. Like I think it's $8.99 we pay for a jar of mayonnaise now, when it used to be like $2.99 a couple of years ago. So prices are just insanely expensive. But yeah. So, and my dogs eat what I eat. So they eat, try to use a quality mayo. I am partial to Duke's, but I did just find Blue Plate. Oh my. Okay, so we do have Duke's, and then we use Hellman's. Yeah. Yeah, we have used Duke's, and Hellman's is really the only thing that I have that is in abundance here in California. Duke's is more like East Coast. Hellman's is good too. Yeah. Yeah, for some reason there's only certain supermarkets that have Duke's. But Duke's is really good too. It's definitely a good thing. But on the East Coast, when I lived in Boston, Duke's was it was all over. But here in California, it's like Hellman's is like the main, and you can find little bottles of Duke's, like little tiny ones, but not the good size ones. So, but yeah, thank you for that. I'm going to definitely try that recipe. I didn't even think about adding the pickled relish in there. That sounds like it'll be really, really good. And I usually do the red skin potatoes, and I keep the skin on, and I love it like that. The other thing too was dill. Like I'm in SE. If you use anything else, Southerners get opinionated quick. Okay. No Miracle Whip. That stuff I can't do the Miracle Whip. Is that you're in SE? Is that South Carolina? Is that Carolina's? SE. Duke's only here. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, see, Duke's is only in certain. It's only in certain areas. Like I said, they have the small bottles of the Duke's, but not the good. And Miracle Whip is something totally different. It's not even. Yeah, South Carolina. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, South Carolina. It's gorgeous over there, actually. I love South Carolina. I used to go to North Carolina to the beaches on vacation. It's so pretty over there. Yeah, so that's a good recipe. And I do some dill sometimes in my potato salad because I like dill. Kind of like a pickle too. But so, yeah, I will definitely try that on 4th of July. I plan on doing a nice meal on that weekend, and I have an extra day off. So, and then, Christmas time, I usually do a lot of cooking around Christmas and a lot of baking. I love to bake. I love to cake decorate. And that's one good thing about growing up in the bakery is I have a lot of cake decorating skills. Let's see. The only exception I will make for Miracle Whip is a tiny amount mixed with salsa for nacho taco, but that is it. Oh, never tried that. That sounds good too, Katie. You should write a cookbook. That sounds really good. That sounds amazing. I'll have to try that. I'll definitely have to try that. Oh my God, yeah. My computer just went crazy here. Yeah, that sounds amazing. That sounds really yummy. I'll have to definitely try that. Like I said, I love to cook. I like to barbecue too. I'm the cooker in the house. Although my husband was like he worked in a restaurant for when he was younger, so he does have some skill with cooking. He can cook. He can cook really good too. So we eat good. You can tell. We eat really good. So it's. I love barbecuing. I'm thinking about it, but will not be a serious one. Let's see. Chili at Christmas time. I love making chili. I make that. Yeah, September is when I start doing all like the fall, the homemade sauce and meatballs and sausage. And I don't eat the meat in it, but I'll do chicken parm because I love chicken and I do like chicken parm. I have a really good recipe for that. Thanks, Mom. Thank you for that. I do appreciate growing up. Yes, I make it with turkey so that I can eat it. Yeah, I don't eat the ground beef. There's just something about red meat. I don't really like it. I don't know. I could do some pork here and there too. I love fish, any type of fish. I cook. I like cookbooks like Thug Kitchen and 50 Shades of. I love the name of that. Oh my God. Oh, if Dowdy's on and she's still on here because she loves collect. So on our last podcast, I don't know if it was the last one. I think it was the one before that. She likes to go into town and she likes to hoard all the cookbooks at these little shops she goes to. Let's see. We have a drop in and serve a variety of chili and fixings. Last year we served 57. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Yeah, chili is it's a good meal and it's filling. 50 Shades, that is hilarious, of chicken. I gotta tell her about this one. That is, I love chili. I love it. So I just love it. I hope that was an outdoor event, Digits. Yeah, right? Yeah. Let's see. Thug Kitchen. Oh God, Katie. I love it. I'm gonna tell Dowdy about these. She loves all those cookbooks. Like I said, she lives really off grid. Like she doesn't have toilets or showers or anything like that. And that's what I love about this podcast that we do, because I'm off grid in a different sense and she's off grid, really off grid. I can't do too much chili. It's now in the condiment zone. See, I love spice. I always love spice. The older I get though, the more it affects me. So I used to be able to eat hot peppers, right off the just raw. And now I can't do that. I can't do that anymore. But I still do I like spice. Can't do much chili. It's now in the condiment zone with me. Yeah, some people, I like it spicy. Church chili cook-off trauma from childhood. Oh, I've seen some videos of that. Some funny videos of some mishaps on chili cough. So funny. So the stuff on YouTube is hilarious. It's just too much. But I do love chili, and I do use the ground turkey. It does change the taste, though. My husband does say that. He's like, this is not. I'll make him chili with beef when he's sick of the turkey. Fortunately, it was the 80s and not too many people had cameras. Thank God. I've heard some horror stories and I've seen some stuff on YouTube about chili. Devil Dog actually made a comment a few weeks ago on the podcast, and it was hilarious because the podcast that I did was on recipes and cooking off grid. And just because you're off grid doesn't mean that you can't eat good. You can still eat really good foods. And we were talking about some things, and It was really funny. We do woof, then we do one or a couple of the following. Oh, venison, beef, turkey, and brisket. No, it's inside, but it starts at 4 and goes till 11. Holy. You drop in when it's convenient. Oh, that's really nice, P Digits. That's super nice. That's really, really cool. I'd like to try the venison. Yeah, he would. I wouldn't be. He would though. He would definitely do that. He's always wanted to try that. I don't know. I can eat any type of fish there is. Raw. I could fish. I love anything from the ocean. I can eat. I don't mind it, but in the chili, I bet it's good. I'm making white chicken chili. Oh, I've done the chicken chili too, but I still can't sit down with a bowl of it and crackers for a meal. Oh, see, I could. I love the crackers with it too, Katie. I love the crackers. I crunch them all up on the top with the cheese. Like I make sure there's cheese on it, and I do I crunch, and it's Ritz, the Ritz crackers. So it's really fattening and really bad for you. We did one outside in 2020. You know the reason why. I'm not big on cheese on my chili. I got to have the cheese. And it has to be sharp cheddar cheese, and it's got to be the shredded. And then I do the Ritz crackers, and I crunch. Oh God, I'm starving. I'm starving talking about food. It's the only thing about watching like TV or Windstone. Actually, Windstone's on today. Is and all these like barbecue channels. Yes, I can. And just watching starving. Changes the taste to my. Yeah, see, I like the cheese. I don't know. I'm a big fan of the cheese. I love cheese anyway. I just love every type of cheese there is. So, but yeah, I'm getting really hungry right now. So I'm going to end this live. It was really fun. I'm so glad you guys all showed up. Thank you so much. It was great talking to you guys, and it was great sharing recipes and food, and hope you guys all have a great afternoon. Yes, you guys did it for me. I'm starving. I'm going to eat right now. I have my chicken already was marinating this morning in my soy sauce, so I'm ready to go chow down. But thank you guys for coming in, and hopefully I'll see you guys in a chat over the weekend, and have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone.